some more numbers. Like you're talking about some facts and figures about the average cost of healthcare per driver. The average cost. We don't know that number, do we?
Well, there isn't really the last audited figure was $1,088 per month.
That's the average cost.
That was for not the average. That was for Trimet driver, spouse, and 2 kids. Okay, that's what the paper claims cost $1,900 a month. 8 months before the paper ran that story, only cost $1,088. Now, did the price double? I don't think so. No. We do know that last fall, all the insurance companies saw Obamacare coming down the road, and they all raised their rates, the highest they've ever raised them in history. Blue Cross went up about, 22%, something like that, which is the most they've ever raised them at one. It's always been 3-4% before. Okay, so for the paper to say that is $1,900 is grossly untrue. It just manifestly cannot be so. We know that is the case. How is the paper arriving at that figure? Is that from inside stuff from Trimet, which the paper has complained about?
We don't know. We don't know where
the paper says that they're not getting stuff. They say that,
where are they getting
that Trimet refuses to open their books to them.
And they do that?
They can if they want to.
No, they can file Freedom of Information Act.
They can file FOI stuff until they're blue in the face, and then the court is going to say, no, that's individual. These are not public figures, and they can tell you what's in the budget.
It's tax dollars.
They don't have a problem revealing names of operators who are fired for stealing backpacks.
No, well, that's a crime. That's a crime. That's why. Well, me driving down the street.
What's a crime? What's that person charged?
Under libel law, a public person like somebody that runs for office or that makes themselves a spokesman or something, then you're fair game.
Possession is
John Doe,
of the law.
even if he's a public
That's
employee,
right. Possession. They lost the pact.
That's the point I was making. How come
Wait,
that person's name was revealed? Who revealed? I know you didn't have the name of the person.
I do know the name of the person, but I did not reveal it.
And I think it definitely
but it was later KPTV.
Yeah, KPT. Well, Trimet confirmed it. Trimet really. Well, wait a minute. That's a good point, Russ. I haven't even thought of that. The person lost the backpack, and then the driver found it. Now, possession is 9/10 of the law. If you lost something, do you have a right to reclaim it if somebody else finds it? I don't know. That is not stealing, really. Not technically. I mean, it looks bad.
Okay, we discovered the reason why they're doing that.
What?
If they can continue to say Trimet refuses to open their books for us, then they can put any fallacious number they want to. That's how you get 1,088 turned into 2,200 in the space of less than a year for cost. Think, well, we don't know. They won't tell us. And they, at the same time, don't file an FOI. Because you're right, an FOI, I used to do it when I worked in public broadcasting.
They have to respond.
They have to respond one way or another. Usually it's a fuck you letter.
But then you take it to court.
And then you go show it to a judge, and the judge says, not national
security. This is a government agency. You've got to give them the information. It's not a personnel matter.
So that explains why they have not filed an FOI, because 2,200 is much more.
I'm
if you want to inflame the situation,
they're in cahoots with Trimet management. They're in cahoots.
That explains
the goddamn Trimet editorial board is Fred Hanson's mouthpiece, so Fred doesn't have to look bad. Yeah. So he uses them. He's using the media to do his dirty work.
Stalking horse for us. Yeah,
exactly.
Beat us up. Precisely the point.
That's exactly what Fred
is
doing.
And we want that to stop. We want
everybody's
the union
protect their own jobs.
Well, Fred is just a hack, though. Fred is a hack.
He's not appointed anymore, but yeah. And he's going to try to have a say in who they're going to get to be his replacement.
For all we know, it's already been handpicked already.
Yeah. Another one of those nationwide searches, same way that they got the
end of
Portland school
by
board.
the end of May, they may already have somebody selected or something like that. So
I wouldn't be surprised if it's already been picked out.
I mean, or they're working on people.
That's why, sometimes, I think John Hanson, when he got elected again, I felt, I think Bruce Hanson had a better, more stronger presence, more a fighter. He's a fighter. I think he can see both sides of the equation and be more diplomatic, but at the same time, he's pulling for us, like very, like a bull. You know what I mean? He's not gonna be, sick or sensitive about whatever they say. He's gonna stand on his grounds until they make their mind. It's like, you realize what they're doing. So he holds out.
I think you might be right, but I think that John Hunt is more politically savvy.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah,
I think John Hunt's more connected. and more savvy.
But that's because the union is more connected. But
Well,
Sam,
whatever. I think that
Sam is
But
losing.
we need to
starting
tell
losing too.
John Hunt,
He
you know,
was-
hey,
Jeff
you
was
know,
telling me he talked with him and he said, "Whoa, he's never seen it this bad before. He's waiting for John to do something." Okay, we're still waiting.
Sam said that.
Sam has never seen it this bad, and I have. I've been here since 1988. I've never seen him attack the drivers like this before. I've lived in this town for
we need
20
we
years.
need to have
I've
somebody
never seen
who-
it like this.
No, the last contract wasn't this brutal.
No.
This is bullshit.
Well, unfortunately, we're under totally
I
different
think
economic
John
climate.
Hunt has to be more forceful.
Kind of all
more,
knew this
more
was going to happen.
stronger.
And the way that
more-
you do that
I think
is
this is
you
going to happen
start
even if it hadn't crashed. I
just
think they had
getting
this
our
plan
side
anyway.
out.
We have-
I don't think the buses would have been cut. Had the economic crash I don't think the buses would have been cut. We would have been cut. I think this was part of the plan anyway.
Right.
I think they had it in for us before all this
You
shit
got a big, I
happened.
got a big
I heard
boy,
years
yeah,
ago
let's do it.
that when the green line
Really,
was
really
in and the
very
max was
smart.
in,
He's
I mean the
really
west,
good at running a
they were
meeting.
gonna. That was it. That,
Very good at that.
And Fred Hanson would be gone when the next
But he has
contract
the numbers.
would
But
be
he
signed.
didn't
That's
respond.
going to be the
you know,
case.
And then after that first hit piece in December, when they said that we were getting $1,900 a month for our average medical benefits, the gal from Jobs with Justice came back from vacation, read that, and went, "Oh my God, these guys are heading for a train wreck." So she called up John and said, "John, look, right now we're in the middle of a campaign. We're helping Fred Meyer get a contract for the workers. We're helping Fred Meyer workers get a contract." And they were going around doing hit and run leafletings Saturday mornings. You know,
And you're
women.
paying the Fred Myers.
Yeah,
before, you know.
and, you know, doing quick little job actions and then run away. They call the cops, they take off and leave, that type of thing. They got a contract. Kroger had been not giving him a contract for a year and a half until they got involved. And John said, "Oh yeah, that'd be great. We'd love your help." And he never got back to her. He just sat on it, and they still haven't heard.
That's
So I called him and asked
John
him if they
Hunt's
could
the
help
president,
us.
whether you like it or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe we got too big. You know, too big for, you know, like he's dealing with Fred Myers here, and then he deals with another local over there, and you know, meanwhile here is the Oregonian, and you know,
Well,
sending all this.
but Trimet is one of the
and-
biggest.
Trimet is his biggest
Locals.
local.
Exactly.
The biggest one,
Exactly.
he's the biggest
Except for maybe the UPS drivers with the
Maybe-
Teamsters.
Is
We're probably
UPS under 18?
no, they're Teamsters. But how many other union membership
Trimet
groups
is
are there
sort of the
as
bread
big
and
as
butter.
Trimet? Not
Oh,
too many.
we're the cash cow.
With the cash cow, with the cash cow.
Look at how much money we
We pay
give
the highest
them.
dues. Well, you don't think that the Beaverton
Maybe
school
maybe
bus
he needs to
drivers, I mean, come
refresh.
on.
Maybe we need to refresh his memory.
$14.
Yeah, well, we will when we go there.
$14 an hour?
We need to go there. We gotta
Yeah.
refresh.
How much
it.
dues are
I'm
they
sure they're
paying?
gonna love to
You
see
know,
us walking in there with Bruce as our spokesman. We're gonna have a
We don't
demand.
want to fight with these people.
No,
What
we
them
don't.
to
We
do is
want
do
John
the-
to look. It's simple. We just want the union to be more proactive in defending us in the media. That's all.
Yeah.
Not that much to ask.
Get it.
And
Yeah.
nobody can understand why they're not doing it. Well, my theory is they don't even pay attention. They're not. He's so wrapped
Maybe
up in his own world.
maybe
He
too
doesn't even
big,
know
too
what's
fat.
going on.
You know, we need to bring
That could
him
be.
to the.
That could be. That could be.
Yeah.
Jeff thinks that if it doesn't change, that sooner or later, Teamsters or somebody else is going to get wind of our discontent and end up raiding our union for membership.
And it was like a kangaroo
So what do you
court.
think is the best way for? Let's say John Hunt says yes, we do need to respond. What ways
I
would
want
you
to start.
suggest?
First thing we need to do is start with a full page ad in Willamette Week. That's $1,800, which is chump change to our union. It's nothing.
And he's right about
Okay,
that.
start with a full page ad in Willamette Week. And then follow it up, if they're willing to do it, the next week with another full page ad in Portland and Mercury. The Oregonian, we can approach them, they will tell us that they will sell us the ad, and then something will happen and it won't go in. That's what will happen. Because they did the same thing to us.
The Oregonian, cheers. Cheers. The Oregonian has to have a.
One more here.
Don't they have to allow? They can't the Oregonian? Why don't we have some Trimet buses with ads on them?
Right now we could because they had those Fred Meyer
Right.
ads.
Why don't we do?
Right.
That would be great. Actually.
Remember
Let's get
Trimet
some pro driver Trimet bus ads.
Theoretically, they can put onboard fetuses on the sides of the buses because
Right.
right now Trimet cannot limit the.
They cannot discriminate about the message.
Yeah,
Right.
so.